Right, we're a minute past, so we'll get started. Thanks everybody for taking the time to join. Appreciate your time. We are recording the first segment of this, so we tend to record the presentation here, and then we'll stop recording to go into a bit more open chat. Really been looking forward to this one. This has been a hot topic. LinkedIn, the blog has been exploding. Lots and lots of interest in this, so I appreciate everybody coming. And we've got Vandana Thomas, who's the product owner at Microsoft for this. So really appreciate her taking her time for this and giving us a bit of an insight. It's quite hard to get people from Microsoft to product owners to jump into these kind of community events. So be nice, ask nice questions, and feel free to fire questions in the chat as we go. Vandana, do you want to start off? Do you want to just introduce yourself, give us a bit of background about you?
Yes. So I'm so excited to be here, Tom. Thanks for having me. I'm Vandana Thomas. I'm a principal PM manager at Microsoft Teams in the Intelligent Communication Services team. So the Intelligent Communication Services team is basically the team that powers Teams, if you will, like the platform team that powers Teams. So we have like calling, meeting, and messaging kind of platforms in our organization. Yeah, I'm excited to be here. And for me, especially, Tom, this is like, I didn't even know about you previously. I've been at Microsoft just 2 years, but we launched this product, launched the announcement, and then immediately the bigger following was Tom's blog, and we were like, who is Tom then? That's how I came to know Tom. So excited to be here, Tom.
Yeah, we've got a good community of people who are super interested in this stuff. So yeah, it's great. Thank you. Right, so let's jump in. I've got some questions that people have asked beforehand, so we might throw some of those in as we go. But again, feel free, people joining, throw questions in the chat as you go, and I'll keep an eye on the chat.
Cool. So do you want me to start with the presentation first, Tom?
Yeah, please. Yeah, go for it.
All right. So let's start. So, as we are all emerging out of the pandemic and employees have started going back to work, our work trends index report that we recently published basically recommends that organizations must make their employees return back to work and basically traveling back to work worth it, right? And the pandemic we're talking even as we joined has basically just redefined the whole modern workplace. And as employees have started going back to work, flexibility and mobility has become the forefront of every organization's discussion. And we expect flexibility not only in where we work, but also in how we work and when we work. And it's now crucial to allow workers to be able to connect using their natural usage patterns and patterns that they have developed during these 2 years that we've discovered new ways of working, and then be allowed to collaborate using the tools that they want to, the devices they want to, and be able to collaborate in their own way wherever they want to be. And then also be able to work in context, so be able to excel in a hybrid environment that allows them to not lose context when switching between tasks. We all know how tough that has been over the pandemic as well, right? So true to our mission at Microsoft, we're always striving hard to empower every person in every organization to bring the best of themselves to work, and also empowering organizations to be inclusive of all of their employees wherever they are. We've previously addressed the needs of information workers through our tools, frontline workers, and many other desk workers. And now it's the turn of the mobile worker. So the mobile worker is a special breed. They are a highly hybrid type workforce, and it's important for their work to be flexible, for them today, they don't feel included in the overall organization's workflows because it's so siloed. So the work tools need to be inclusive and with the rest of the organization's workflows. Then be able to reach reliably because they are sometimes in no coverage, sometimes in only cellular coverage, sometimes only data coverage. We've all been there as we've been navigating this during the pandemic as well. So being able to be reached reliably wherever they might be assured that their communication is secure and doesn't breach company policies, because today calling on the mobile device through the native mobile dialer often skirts all kinds of enterprise policies that admins have thoughtfully crafted and put together. But all in all, every mobile worker, every hybrid worker wants to be productive enough to bring their true excellence from anywhere, from any device and any network condition, right? So that's where we thought, we already have a very prolific calling experience via Teams phone system. I'm sure you've seen this slide before in some of the presentations previously, but basically what we're trying to do is build on top of this framework that we've already built. We have our own calling plans on the left-hand side, which allows you to buy the calling plan from Microsoft. But then over the last few years, we've learned and we've evolved our product family to allow employers to bring their own carrier, their own SBCs to work. And last year we launched Operator Connect, which basically started simplifying this journey for admins to choose various different operators depending on what was right for them in which geography. We are a vetted list of operators that we have in the platform. So we thought it's only right to extend this platform now to mobile network operators, allowing you to also pick mobile operators who we have partnered with to bring the best differentiated experience for your unified mobile collaboration needs, right? So let's look at what this is.
Hybrid work and its benefits have received a lot of attention lately, but many organizations struggle to support communications needs across a mix of hybrid scenarios, including mobile and remote work. The multiple combinations of devices and applications that organizations adopt have led to siloed and inconsistent experiences between calling and productivity tools. Specifically, as mobile phones have become essential tools for the workforce, organizations must find a way to enable their use in a way that's secure, consistent, and cost-effective. Introducing Operator Connect Mobile from Microsoft Teams, the seamless way to integrate your users' mobile identities with our productivity suite. Operator Connect Mobile is a mobile-first Teams experience that's both network and device agnostic. Here's how it works. Meet Edwin. As a frontline technician, Edwin relies on his mobile phone to get work done on-site, at his home office, and on the go. While his phone is critical to his ability to provide flexible and responsive service, he's often forced to switch between his mobile phone for calls and Microsoft Teams for meetings and collaboration. Now, with Operator Connect Mobile, Edwin can make a call from his native mobile dialer, which is seamlessly linked to his Teams account. And because his admin has set the policy to show the company service number, Edwin doesn't worry about his personal number being exposed to external contacts. While at a customer site, Edwin needs to validate technical information with engineers at his company. He uses his mobile phone to connect with Abby, a remote support engineer who's enabled for Operator Connect Mobile. When Edwin is on this call, his team status will now show that he is on a call. Abby receives a call in Teams, which rings simultaneously with her native dialer. Operator Connect Mobile gives Abby the flexibility to step away from her laptop, knowing that if she misses a call on Teams, it falls back on her mobile phone's native dialer. Abby can receive the call on her native mobile device and seamlessly uplift it to a Teams call or meeting, all without dropping a call. Abby can even access her voicemail and her call history from any Teams endpoint. Teams phone system routing ensures Edwin and Abby's native mobile calls are secure and compliant with enterprise policies and back up to the cellular network in the event of a workplace outage. With Operator Connect Mobile, organizations can enforce compliance policies, streamline telecom management, save money, and offer the simplicity of using a single mobile phone number across devices. Operator Connect Mobile enables organizations to integrate a user's mobile identity into a Teams and the Microsoft 365 productivity suite, creating new opportunities to work flexibly, productively, and securely. We're excited about what this means for Teams customers and the future of mobile work.
Indeed, we are so excited about really working hard to basically redefine the whole mobile work via this platform. And I'm so excited and proud for all of the reactions. Thank you for the hearts, and it's really exciting to be in front of people, with your baby and getting reactions. So thank you very much. I want to reiterate some things there that were talked about. Basically, Operator Connect Mobile in its first version is targeting business mobile numbers. So mobile numbers that the business buys for their employees, right? And the expectation for the employees is to bring the best of the voice and productivity worlds into one platform, which is Microsoft Teams. It's a very well adopted platform, more than 270 million active users worldwide. And this allows mobile and hybrid workers to thrive in a flexible digital workplace so that all their apps, and their chats and communication and productivity is in one place. That's what Teams has emerged during this pandemic for employees. And this is what we're trying to do, bring the best of the voice world and the communication and the collaboration world together to create a very productive tool for the mobile workers, right? So basically, there's a single business mobile number that will work over across all your device portfolio. It doesn't matter what kind of device you have, mobile device you have, as long as the business number is paid for, the number is paid for and acquired from the business, from the operator that we partner with, we will be able to.
That's an important one there that we had a lot of questions on. So you say it doesn't matter what device, so it doesn't have to be like a phone with a Teams app. It could be just a regular phone with a SIM or an eSIM.
That's right. It doesn't matter whether it's an eSIM device, a dual SIM device, a ruggedized device, a smartphone. It really doesn't matter. However, having the Teams app there will provide you the best of both worlds, because what we're trying to do with the operators, we've basically brought the voice cloud and the collaboration cloud, really integrated them together, and then we want to be backups for each other, because as a mobile user, there will be times you will have only cellular coverage, and there will be times when you only have data coverage with no cellular. So we want to be able to effectively use the best of both worlds. So the best recommended experience is with Teams, but if there's no Teams on the device, we'll still be able to ring the device with all of the secure enterprise policies.
And there's a question in the chat there about is it voice over LTE, is it SIP, is it end-to-end? It's whatever technology you're using for regular voice calls, isn't it? So it's not, you don't need data. It can be, classic cell, GSM. It depends where you are in the world as to what technology is used. But this is not a data call. It's not an app. This is a legitimate voice call. Is that right?
That's right. So if you're using your native dialer to make and receive calls, it'll be just like today. You're leveraging the backbone, whatever is the backbone that the carrier leverages. Like it could be voice over Wi-Fi, it could be voice over LTE, it could be like really GSM calling somewhere if there is if there are still coverage areas like that, right? So. The other one that I really want to draw attention to is we want to meet the customer and the end user where they are. So that's why we decided that we'll let the user sort of choose where he needs to be rung. And if he knows that he's or she is mostly in a cellular area where he doesn't get good data coverage, then obviously here ringing the calls on the native dialer becomes better for them. But in cases where they know they have to do a lot of collaboration, it would be better for them to receive calls on Teams. So we will detect whether it's like what kind of network condition they are on, and then prioritize the call appropriately, right? And then let's say you started the call on the native dialer, you can halfway through, people have told me that, hey, halfway through we decide that we want to uplift to video. Who thought video calling would be such a big need before the pandemic? But that's emerged, like people have learned to uplift and show things. Hey, here's what I'm seeing on the field. Someone back at your head office, like Abby in this case, can help with workflows like that, right? And then share screens, and engage in rich collaboration halfway through the call. So we've sort of blurred the lines between voice and collaboration there, like to be able to seamlessly uplift on the same device, even if there's a Teams app. Otherwise, pull it into like a tablet that they're carrying, or like a desktop that they might have.
And is that that's both directions? If I'm starting in a good data area and I'm on Teams, but I know I'm going to get in the car and go somewhere where there's bad data, I could proactively down escalate, if that's the right terminology, to voice.
So that is on our backlog. It isn't in the first version of the product, but it's something that's coming soon as well. Yeah, it's important that we are able to keep the call continuity. So we are working on something like that too. The other part is presence, right? Today, when you're on your voice calls, nobody at work knows where you are and like, are you on a call and things like that. So it was a big feature that was asked during our user research, and that's something that we will be doing as well. Then unified call history, voicemail, and even making your mobile number part of a call queue, and then having unanswered settings that's not going to your voicemail, but instead, if not Edwin, then it goes to Abby. That could be a workflow. And then basically all kinds of admin policies that the admin today does on Teams, like compliance recording. There is the ability to change your caller ID to obscure your caller ID before sending it out, or sending the company's advertised number. That's another policy.
There's a lot of questions there in the chat about the compliance recording. I think it's worth going in on that. So the media is literally going to Teams, so my Teams compliance recording will catch my mobile. Is that correct?
That's correct. Doesn't matter where that call is originating from or terminating to, the call will be recorded for compliance. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, there's lots of interest in that. So that means that, because traditionally capturing mobile calls for recording is tricky. You need specialist providers, special SIMs, all sorts of things. I've done it with finance customers before. So being able to route that all through Teams and get one compliance recording platform is really exciting, I think.
That's exactly right. When we did our user research, before starting this was like one of the top features that most, especially regulated enterprises, etc., that need this type of feature. It'll be very useful. The other thing is just reliable calling. We touched upon this, whether it's VoLTE is the best for your needs, or whether it's data that's best for your needs. Our tight integration with the operators allows us to go ahead and do that. So let's go look at a demo of this. I think I've covered most of the features, sort of at least given a high level. Just a 1-minute demo video that I think you will appreciate.
Introducing Operator Connect Mobile for Microsoft Teams, the seamless way to integrate your users' mobile identities with our productivity suite. Now your team can make, receive, and transfer calls on their mobile devices. Teams now recognizes when you are on a mobile call, making your presence available to your team. You can easily uplift calls to Teams meetings for greater collaboration by adding multiple parties, sharing screens, and leveraging the power of video across mobile and data networks without dropping the call. Operator Connect Mobile also enables your users to stay connected while away from the office, with call notifications across devices as well as unified presence, call history, and voicemail. And with a simple setting, calls to customers look like they're coming from a company line to avoid exposing the caller's number externally. Operator Connect Mobile is easy to set up and manage as well. Simply choose from the participating operators, add operator-provided numbers via the Teams Admin Center, assign numbers to Teams users, and update voice policies. Operator Connect Mobile can improve flexibility and productivity in your organization while keeping your mobile communications secure and compliant.
Indeed. So you've already seen that last flow with Operator Connect already. We're leveraging the same set of admin functions, the same kind of telemetry, etc. So you get all the benefits of what you're seeing with Operator Connect today, but for the mobile numbers, right? Just summarizing, the calls, basically Operator Connect Mobile, our aim here is to make sure that the mobile worker can feel like they excel from anywhere, not just work from anywhere, but excel from anywhere, right? So the voice calls just work. Doesn't matter voice or data, the voice calls will be able to reliably reach this mobile worker. The power of Teams is basically extended to the native mobile device. So we're almost looking at the native dialer as an extended Teams endpoint. Depending on whether you are on voice or data, we will be able to have tightly integrated, unified, and integrated collaboration communication while you're mobile. And this is where we are saying that we basically blur the lines between voice and collaboration, bringing high fidelity collaboration experiences via Teams and very high quality voice communications through the native dialer, right? And all of this without giving the admin a heart attack, right? So this is again something that a lot of people ask, like, how are you guys doing this, right? And I think the questions around the eSIM, for example, has constantly come to us because there are platforms that are available that's able to do this only with devices that are having eSIMs. But the way we've done this is a tight partnership, right, with the operator and us. So Operator Connect Mobile is made possible in large part with capabilities from our Azure for Operators product family, from our acquisition, Metaswitch acquisition earlier in the last 2 years ago. And we basically leverage a new product called Mobile Control Point, and the Perimeter SPC, we've taken functions of it for interworking, mobile interworking functions, and we've created this sort of like connectivity fabric, allowing both the mobile operator and us to combine forces to build this rich connectivity fabric between the operator's network and our Office 365 cloud.
I guess just to level set there, because we're all in the mix on this. Maybe not everybody knows what an eSIM is, so it's probably worth touching on what. Obviously, I think most people know what a SIM is, but what's an eSIM, Vandana? How's that work?
Yeah, there are a lot of devices today, like especially a lot of these hero devices that we have that have a virtual SIM sort of in the device that allows it to assume whichever operator they want to activate it with, right? So it's usually a second SIM that's available, or sometimes maybe not. It's usually a second SIM that's available. And then the usual SIM cards, you would put it in the SIM slot and insert into the device. And you could today, a lot of people do this where they have like a personal call on the physical SIM, and the business SIM can be enabled on the eSIM. That's one way to do it, but you you kind of dependent on the device to support both to be active at the same time.
Yeah,
and
it's,
the operator.
it's higher end devices that tend to have that capability. So like an iPhone, you can have a business line and a personal line, and you can pick on the dialer which one you're dialing out with, and both can dial in. But lower end phones don't tend to have the eSIMs in them as far as I can see.
That's right. That's right. And that's why, we've not been very bullish about saying that we support both, because we, in the first revision of the product, we were planning to do a single business enabled number. Now, it could be the only number on your mobile device that's provided by your company, or it could be the second number on your device via the eSIM or the dual SIM, a second dual SIM. Some phones have two SIM card slots even. And the danger with that second one is you can't assure that the radio is available for both calls. So if you're in your personal call, you could very well miss the business call in those situations. So we've not been very bullish in saying that, hey, we support that use case, although we do support that use case out of the box, just because of the device that might support it, right?
And there's been a question here about like, can I do this with direct routing? Can I do this with calling plans? Does it need to be operator connect? Yeah, so we've really gone bullish in our operator partnership, right? We've worked very hard with the operators to create a rich connectivity fabric. So the prerequisite for this would be Operator Connect. We at this time have no plans to do a mobile calling plan ourselves, and we will not support it right now with direct routing as well. So it's going to be Operator Connect based operators that we leverage. The reason for that is the rich platform capabilities that Operator Connect delivers, like the rich automation that will come to an admin to be able to manage a lot of this. So we're doing a lot of investment there, and Operator Connect Mobile will leverage a lot of those APIs, etc. that comes there, right? That makes sense. And another question: because it's a Teams line, does the mobile have SMS?
Yes, so the native mobile itself will have SMS, right? We, as a follow-up, for a quick follow-on of the product, we also plan to be able to support SMS from Teams to PSTN numbers, and other mobile numbers. But you'll be able to continue using your SMS on your mobile device like you do today.
Brilliant.
The exciting part about this also, is that this fabric we've built with the operators will allow us to do a lot more innovation together, leverage 5G networks and all the amazing capabilities that comes from there. BYOD, being able to support your own device and your own number would be something in the future that we will go ahead and support. BYOD, we will support. BYON, which is bringing your own personal number and plan, will be a future capability. Whereas and then being able to support like multiple identities in Teams is also one such thing that we will be working in the future as well. So that's all I had from a presentation content perspective. Now I'm available for you to ask more questions, and Tom, I'll let you take this where you want to.
Thank you. Yeah. So there's a question here about E911 and how that would work.
So E911 will work very similarly today with like how it works on your native device. We will be able to leverage the native device for the native workflows, whereas we will use for if E911 is dialed from Teams, we will be able to add like security, help desk, etc. to the calls to do that. So depending on where they choose to do it, a different flow will kick in.
Right. Steve asks, because SMS is native, he assumes that won't be captured by the compliance platform, which I guess is accurate because it won't be routing through Teams. Is that correct?
In the initial revision of the product, that's right. But as it's a very good point. And those are some of the hard parts of enabling SMS. We started with voice because we had a good platform to start with there, and SMS will take into consideration all of this as we evolve this product.
Yeah, cool. And Ryan's asked, can a user have an OC mobile number alongside their, I assume, Teams fixed line? Ryan, feel free to come off mute if that's easier. It's your one number, so I don't think you can have both, but Vandana, keep me honest again.
So the OC mobile number will be your only mobile number in Teams, right?
Yeah.
If you want to have the fixed number, it will be something that we'll be able to support in the future, but we really do think we can address majority of the workflows through the single business number and just that being the mobile number. But we know of use cases in a lot of geos where users need a second fixed number. We can solve for a lot of the reasons why you need the second number, especially let's say you want to have an outgoing caller ID that actually has a fixed number as it gets presented. That's a usual use case. We can support that already with just having the mobile number in. The other thing is also incoming calls. If calls need to come into fixed numbers via call queues, etc., we will be able to support that use case as well. So we're looking at this. We're waiting for your feedback. Would love to hear from you guys on what use cases you absolutely need to have to both the fixed and the mobile number in Teams.
Awesome, thanks. And the question about how ringing would work. So I'm a mobile user. Obviously, my cell is my one number. If I'm at my desk and I'm on Teams, how does that work? Do both ring all the time? Does it one ring then the other? Do I choose? How's that work?
Yeah, so all your Teams endpoints will simultaneously ring along with the mobile device. On the mobile device, we will prioritize which one gets rung, right? So on the mobile device, both won't ring, but simultaneously you will have all of your Teams ring. And the minute you answer the call on one of the endpoints, the others will stop ringing.
Awesome. And Manjeet asks, will the CDRs be available in Teams? They're called detail records.
Yeah, so just like today for the fixed numbers, there will be CDRs that we exchange with the operators to keep the overall bill in sync. Yeah, so we will have CDRs for calls that are in Teams, that go through Teams available. Yes.
Awesome. Just scrolling up the chat. If anyone wants to come off mute, feel free to put your hand up and you can jump in on audio as well. You don't have to use the chat.
Hey, this is Joran. Oh, sorry, Val. Just very quick question. What kind of reports can we expect? So I think there was a question around, I think specifically the mobile part of the call. So looking at the current call quality dashboard reporting, are you able to give us some indication to that, please?
Yeah, you will continue seeing the similar call quality dashboard that we have for Operator Connect with mobile as well. We're still evolving how much of what's seen inside the operators side will also be available on Teams. So yeah, we're still evolving that part.
Thank you.
Vanda, what is the thinking behind not supporting bring your own device mobile, meaning if the mobile is not provided by your employer?
So there's an important distinction there, Michael. bring your own device could mean the physical device that you bring that we will support, right? So if your employer is not buying you the device, but is buying you the mobile number, that's the use case we'll support. We will not support bringing your own plan or your mobile number, personal mobile number, at the get-go, because there are, it's a very sensitive topic. What calls from your personal versus business mixes is a very difficult problem to solve from a compliance perspective. So, we'd like to keep those two separate, church and state separation right now until we really can achieve that in Teams. We don't want to be bullish about saying we support that, right?
In your market research, do you know what the split is between, bring your own, mobile phone plan versus company issued?
We know there's about like 2 billion 2 billion smartphones, business smartphones in worldwide, right? And we think there's a good 30 to 40% of it, which is company provided devices.
Okay.
We don't have the exact split, which is most recent, because a lot of that has changed over the pandemic, but I can look for that and get back to you, Michael, if needed.
Okay, yeah, it was just no need, but I was just curious as to, because that tells us the addressable market.
Yes.
So to say.
Yeah. The reason we thought these two worlds need to converge is precisely because of that, because we have 270 million active users on Teams worldwide, and then there's definitely upwards of close to 600 million business users out there that have this type of
Thank you.
Yeah.
Awesome. Another question we had offline was, can I mix and match operators? Does this lock me into one operator on Operator Connect?
No, it does not. So, and let me make sure that I'm answering the question. What I'm hearing you ask is basically that within your Teams tenant, are you able to have a selection of operators? You can have a selection of different operators and a selection of different types of calling plans that we support, like our own calling plan, direct routing, Operator Connect for fixed numbers, as well as multiple different Operator Connect mobile partners. Just like today, we support for Operator Connect, right? But it has to be operators that we have partnerships with, right? Who we've vetted and you can see on the Teams admin portal.
Awesome, thanks. Tommy, is changing from the native dialer to call Teams in V1. So Tommy, feel free to jump onto voice if you want to, but the native dialer is essentially making a Teams call.
Sort of meaning that when you are starting the call with your mobile's native dialer, and then you want to raise that for Teams call. So is that feature coming in the version 1, or is that in the future?
It's available right away. We actually proudly demoed that at Enterprise Connect with 3 different operators just this last 2 weeks ago. Yeah.
All right. Super. Thanks.
Thanks, Tommy. Tony asked, does the native mobile dialer honor normalization rules on Teams?
Say that again. I didn't fully catch the question.
Tony's asking if when you dial on the native mobile dialer, when that routes through Teams, will the number be transformed or normalized by the Teams dialing rules? What's your use case there, Tony? Are you trying to dial one number and have it route a different way inside of Teams?
Yeah, so Tom, some customers, even though Teams quote unquote doesn't support extension dialing, if they want to, dial this 4-digit number that, we create a normalization rule to route to a call queue or an auto tenant with a mobile dialer, honor that.
Yeah, so I'm not sure if I fully am following this, but basically what you're saying is if the mobile number is part of a call queue, can you use some sort of extension dialing to reach that? Is that
No,
what you're saying?
I'll give you the use case. So like on my Teams desktop client, if I have a normalization rule that says, hey, if I dial 1234 and click call, it's going to normalize to +1 and a number that we have assigned to an auto attendant. Would that same experience happen on the native dialer on the mobile side?
It's interesting. I probably will have to get back to you on that. I haven't specifically looked at that use case, but I'm sure if it's something within Teams that's available today, we will be able to support that. But then if you just dial like 1234 from your mobile device, not in a DTMF call flow, but like directly, then I don't think that would work, right? But
I would suspect not, but you
that
always run into these weird customer requests.
Yes.
Yeah, it is an interesting edge case.
Yeah.
Manyank Gupta, you got your hand up. Do you want to jump on audio?
Yeah, hi. I just wanted to check this. Am I audible?
Yep, we got you.
Yeah. Okay. So just wanted to check, you'll be able to support Operator Connect Mobile through MetaSwitch SBC only, or other vendors SBC as well?
Oh, this is actually a very good one. I wanted to get to it when I was talking about the architecture, but we got distracted. No, we will support any Operator Connect certified SBC. So many of the operators that we've partnered today with, some of them are using the Perimeter SBC, but a lot of them are also using whatever Operator Connect certified SBC that they use today, and we will fully continue supporting it. It's just that with the Perimeter SBC, we've enriched it. We're learning from like all of our integrations with operators, and we'll continue evolving that product. So just being able to like enrich it for our specific use cases is something that we've been able to achieve with the Perimeter SBC, right? And the other thing that we've also done is we've taken a lot of the good enriched functions from Perimeter and being able to use it in front of Teams. So that's another thing that we've been able to achieve. Yeah.
Awesome. Well,
so the enhancements that you will be making with the so the enhancements that you plan to make with the MetaSwitch SBC, you plan to share the same kind of enhancements or enhancement request with the certified SBCs as well. Is that true?
Yes, so we will be evolving our SIP spec as we go, right? We have a spec that we share with our SBC vendors. So yes, SBC vendors are more than welcome to go ahead and enrich their SBCs. The other product, which is the mobile control point, is a more proprietary thing. It's not an SBC. So that piece, I don't think we at this point of time, we plan to keep that proprietary, right? The interface to the mobile operators will be published to the mobile operators, but how it works, etc., will be more proprietary.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah, so as I say, we're coming to time. Thanks, everybody. There's loads of really great questions. Thanks, Vandana, for taking all the questions. That was a lot. Last question, which is a good one to end on, is from Philippe there. From Patrick. When will it be coming to tenants?
Great. Yes, I had a slide on that. So it will depend on your geo, right? So we as you know, we've partnered right now with British Telecom, with Rogers, Swisscom, Telia, and Verizon. Right. So by the second half of this year, we will start GAing the product in a phased rollout, depending on the geo and the operator. So yeah, awesome. Look forward to Operator Connect Mobile coming to your area before the end of this year. And we are expanding this set of operators that we are working with. A few of them we couldn't even announce, although we were working with them because of the readiness for going to GA this year. We've announced people who will be able to GA this year.
Brilliant. Well, thanks again, Vandana. Really appreciate you taking the time, and thanks everybody for taking your time out of your day. Be sure, if you haven't done so already, to on the Teams Fireside Chat website, put your email in there, and you'll get an invite for next month as well. And yeah, thank you again.
Yeah, thank you, Tom, for having me, and thank you, everybody. Those were such good questions. Please feel free to send questions on my LinkedIn or via Tom. You know, we're happy to do any follow-ups with the questions.
Thank you, everyone. Fantastic session. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thanks so much. Have a great day.